Hey team, happy yoga. So today, it's Thursday, April 16th. So today we're going to continue our kind of discussion and work in our shoulders, specifically mobility in the lats. We're also going to do some isometric holds for those triceps. And I know you're going to get a lot of tricep and pressing work today if you're doing the home workout for the CrossFit, because you got some deficit push-ups. This is a nice way to get things warm, get things moving before you tackle a workout. And we're also going to see some other elements today, kind of building on yesterday, specifically for inner thigh flexibility. That can make our squat kind of tight. And when our squat is tight, our hips have nowhere to go. So we're going to see some different positions, specifically targeting the inner thigh kind of adductors. We're also going to get into those lats like we've been doing. So you'll see a lot of similar movements because I like to build on things that we already know. And then we're going to see some new movements for our practice today. As always, the breath is the foundation and the breath is the most important thing. Because if we know anything about yoga, we know that the breathing is the thing that everything else flows from, because it is the thing that unites our body, our mind, everything. So stay breathing, stay in control of that breath, and then everything else will move from there. So, all right, let's get started. Let's find a seat on our shins in the middle of our mat, and I'll meet you there in a sec. This is, again, a beautiful day to be doing yoga. So if you are outside, it's a great day for that. Okay, so let's take a seat on the shins. Okay, if this is uncomfortable for any reasons, just go ahead and take a seat on your butt, or you can sit on a chair or a pillow or whatnot. We're going to start like we always do by rolling the shoulders down the back, sit up tall, close the eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth side out. Big inhale. Let it go. One more big inhale. Let that breath go. All right, let's start to breathe through the nose, in and out. The inhale and the exhale should flow smoothly. And so first rounds of breath just are working out the kinks. And as you breathe, the ribs should expand in all directions. The chest should rise. And on the exhale, everything comes back down to a neutral position. If it's stuck, if it's shallow or fast, then you can kind of bet that the rest of the practice is going to feel a little bit like that. But if you feel your breath kind of smooth out, you're in control, things feel calm, and with a good length, you're going to flow with that in mind as well. So just taking a couple minutes here to just kind of find our center, find the base, the baseline, which is that breath. And like we've been talking about this week, we're going to come and cultivate that ocean-sounding breath, the Ujjayi pranayama. Ujjayi is spelled with a U, Jayi. So what you're going to do is constrict the back of the throat and pull the exhale over the back of that constriction, create an ocean sound, something you can hear and feel in the back of the throat. So on every exhale, let that breath wash over that constriction. Let's go one more cycle of breath. Inhale, exhale. If your eyes were closed, go ahead and gently open them. We're going to start to move here. So from this seated shin position, if you're not there already, let's go ahead and find that. We're going to then separate the knees a little bit, keep the toes touching, coming into child's pose. So on your inhale, walk the hands out in front. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the right side. We're going to place the left palm down, and now we're going to grab the left wrist with that right hand. And as you pull that left wrist away from you with the right hand, extend your left hip back. Two competing actions here, reaching in opposite directions to create more length. And then breathe, dropping the chest down towards the mat. Inhale to walk the hands through center. And then over to the other side. And place the right palm down, grab the right wrist with the left hand. On the exhale, reach that right arm forward, right hip back, and drop the chest down. Breathe length into the right side. Inhale to walk the hands back through center. And then let's come to the hands and knees for tabletop. We will thread the needle here. So let's keep those hips stacked over the knees. Inhale, reach the right arm out. Exhale, thread the right arm through. Drop down to the right shoulder. Take that left palm, press it into the mat, and use that leverage to twist up towards the swing. Inhale to bring you back to hands and knees. Let's exhale to reset. And then inhale, left arm out. Exhale, thread the left arm through. Drop down to the left shoulder. Place that little right palm on the mat and then twist up. Good. All right. Inhale. Come back to those hands and knees. And exhale to find our neutral position. And then from here, let's go ahead and just sit on those knees. Okay. We're going to take this right foot, and on an inhale, you're going to step it out to the right. Right toes will be forward. Take this left arm, reach it up, grow a little taller through the spine, and on your exhale, you're going to lean over towards those right toes. You're going to open up again this whole left side. Right hand anywhere that's comfortable, trying not to press it on that right knee. Inhale, bring your torso back up. Now we're going to need to scoot that right foot out to the right a little bit, and then we're going to take our hips and drop them down towards that left heel. Okay? In this position, we should feel inner right thigh stretch. Now you can move this right foot into a position that allows you to get the kind of stretch that you feel like you want today. We'll come down to the forearms. We're just going to let the shoulders soften. Inner right thigh, let those muscles relax. Right, inhale, and back onto the palms. We're going to go ahead and come back onto that left knee. Take the right foot, and let's step it forward into a lunge. Excuse me, and then we'll take the hips, and we'll drop them down towards the mat. Okay? So in this position, we're just trying to find some softness in the hips, with that front foot being the stability. All right, inhale, reach the arms up. Interlace the thumbs, reach high overhead, and then we're going to lean over to the right. And as you lean to the right, keep extending those arms, pulling them back by the ears so we get a really good open position. You're going to bring your right knee down, and then you're going to take your left foot and reach it out to the left. Okay? Toes are forward. Take that right arm up. Inhale, find some length. And then exhale, lean up and over to the left. Left hand is anywhere other than the top of that left knee. Keep breathing some length into the right side. Inhale to bring that torso back up. And then now we're going to sit the hips down towards the right heel. Then you might need to move that left foot into a position where you can get the most out of this stretch. We're looking to target that stretch of the inner left thigh. Once you find the spot where you want to be, go ahead and come down to the forearms. A couple breaths here. And inhale, let's come back onto the hands. And then go ahead and sit back up onto that right knee. Take the left foot, bring it to the top of the mat for that low lunge. We're gonna let the hips just drop down towards the floor. Inhale to reach the arms overhead, interlace the thumbs, extend the arms up, and then lean over to the left. Inhale to come back up. Let's go ahead and place those hands down. And then we're going to go back to downward facing dog. So in this down dog, a couple breaths, you just pedal it out. Find some movement. You can wiggle the hips side to side. Excuse me, shake the head yes and no. All right, let's set your feet about hips distance, toes forward. Inhale, walk the hands back the mat. We're gonna go ragdoll. So soft bend in the knees, grab opposite elbows, and hang. Find some softness in the spine. You can sway side to side. Shake the head yes and no. Good. Release the hands down and then inhale. Let's walk it back out. Downward facing dog. All right. So just like we practiced yesterday, we're going to take those triceps and roll them down towards the toes to create that external rotation in the shoulder. That will also help with some stability in this kind of inverted position. Keep pressure into the palms as you extend the hips up and drive the heels down. A lot of length being created along the backside. All right, inhale, let's come forward to plank. Bringing the knees down and keeping the elbows close to the ribs, we'll lower to the belly. On the exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders down the back, long neck. Inhale, cobra, press into the palms, a little lift of the chest. And exhale to release. Let's come up a little higher. Inhale, cobra, press down harder, lift up a little higher. And exhale, release. Let's go all the way to up dog. Inhale, press those arms straight. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we'll find a little bit more speed here. Inhale, forward to plank. Bring the knees down. Exhale, lower to the belly. Roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, cobra or up dog if you're ready for it again. And tuck the toes. Exhale, down dog. All right, and we'll go for the full version here. Inhale comes forward to plank. Keep those legs active, core tight. This time we're going to lower down halfway. And then inhale to scoot the chest forward and up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, inhale to come high onto the tippy toes. Look forward between the hands. On your exhale, bend the knees. Walk or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, let's dive it all the way back down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. From here, you're going to bend the knees and come in a chair pose. Okay? We did this a couple times yesterday. So what I'm looking for is for you to pull those knees back like you would in a squat. Drop the hips low. Tighten up that belly. And then with your arms out in front, you're pulling those arms back towards the ears. Very similar to like an arch hold. Okay, Superman hold. Good. On your exhale, straighten the legs and fold. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step to plank. In this plank position, we're rolling the triceps back towards the toes for that external rotation. Long neck here. On your exhale, you're going to lower halfway. We're going to hold for a count of 5. Here we go. Exhale, lower halfway, elbows close to the ribs. We're going to hold for 5, 4, shoulders in line with the elbows. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, pull it forward and up, cobra or up dog. Very good. Exhale, down. Inhale to come high onto the tippy toes. Exhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, dive it down. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. This time, you can step back or hop your feet back into plank. Lower down, halfway. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Bring the back down. Inhale, arms reach up. Right. So again, let the front of the left hip soften. Drive down into your right foot to create that stability. All right, tuck your back toes. Driving down into your front heel. On your inhale, we're going to come into high lunge. All right, here we go. Next inhale. Straighten out that back leg. Hold forward. And if you need a little bit help with the balance, back foot can come up a little bit. Also hold on to the shins, fingertips on the floor. And we're just going to get a little bit of stretch through the back of the right leg, down into the calf. The body works as a unit as well as individually. So when we stretch or focus our attention on, say, the adductors, we want to also make sure we're hitting those hamstrings because it all goes together. All right, on your inhale, rebend the front knee. You're going to step to plank and hold. We're going to lower halfway into that push-up hold, and we're going to count to 5. On your exhale, here we go. Lower halfway for 5, 4, 3, push into those palms, 2, 1, inhale, scoop the chest forward and up, cobra up, then exhale, down up. You can always do those push-up holds on the knees as well. Inhale, right or left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward between the hands, back knee comes down. Inhale, arms up. And soften the front of the right hip, allow it to sink. Left heel is your stability, so drive down into the mat. Good. All right, now tuck the back toes, firm the belly. On your inhale, high lunge, straighten out the right leg. And keep those hips low. All right, straighten the front leg, exhale, fold. You can hop the back foot up a little bit. Put the heel down and off to the side so you have a little wider base. And then hands anywhere that's comfortable. And this front knee, that left knee, does not have to be perfectly straight. I usually like having a soft bend that allows you to balance and allows you to get a stretch. All right, inhale, rebend the front knee. Step to plank and hold. We're going to come back down into that push-up hold. Keep those elbows close to the ribs. Exhale, lower halfway. You can always put the knees down if you need to. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, cobra up dog. Pull that chest through. Exhale, down dog. Next exhale, come down to the hands and knees. Okay? Now we're going to take a couple breaths in tabletop, and we're going to lift opposite hand and foot. Knees will be off the ground. And we're going to do that a couple rounds. The goal here is to keep the ribs firm and your hips flat as though you have something like your favorite meal that you're not able to eat right now on your lower back that you don't want to tip over. Okay? So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Tuck your toes. Inhale to lift the knees about 2 inches off the floor. Okay? So if this is challenging enough for you today, stay here. If you need a little bit more, you're going to lift right hand, left foot, and then replace, and then switch. It's just a little lift, and we're going to keep going back and forth, alternating for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hold that tabletop position. Knees are off the floor. Good. And then exhale, just pull it back down or facing dog. And then readjust your position into that natural down dog. Forward between the hands. Let's come into our high lunge. Inhale brings you up. Okay. From here, bring the hands to the hips. We're going to do a couple lunges, like static lunges here. Okay. Keeping the ribs firm and your tailbone kind of pulling down. On your exhale, you're going to gently kiss that left knee to the floor, and then inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, left knee to the floor. Inhale, straighten, pull everything into the midline. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. We have 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. The last one. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to that high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Interlace the thumbs. Lift up, and let's lean to the right. Bring yourself through center, re-extend, and then lean to the left. Inhale to come back through center. Unhook the thumbs, but keep those arms overhead. We're going to come now into Warrior 3. We've been practicing this a couple times throughout this week. Now we're going to try it with the version with the arms overhead. So on our exhale, fold halfway. Keep reaching forward with those arms. Next, inhale, you're going to lift your left foot off the mat. Soft bend in that standing knee. Think of RDL here. Firm the belly. Drive down evenly into that standing foot. Next exhale, let's come back to that high lunge. Good. Hands down. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. We're going to go right into upward facing dog here on your inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, brings you up, arms overhead. Good. Bring those hands down to the hips. Firm the belly, ribs in, tailbone down. On your exhale, right knee gently kisses the mat. Inhale to straighten both legs. Woo! Tighten up that core. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten. 3 more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Last one. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Good. Rebend that front knee, come into that high lunge. Inhale, arms reach up. All right, we're going to go towards Warrior 3. Firm the ribs for your balance. Arms stay by the ears. Inhale to fold halfway. Exhale here. Inhale, Warrior 3. Take flight, right leg lifts. Try to lift that inner right thigh so the hips stay square to the floor. And soft bend in that standing leg. All right, next exhale, step that right foot back into that high lunge position. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step to plank. Lower halfway. Inhale, right up into Cobra Up Dog. Exhale, down dog. And inhale, come high under the tippy toes, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, walk behind the feet, top of the mat, hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Now bend the knees, chair pose. Hips low, arms reach up. All right, from here, high onto the tippy toes, keep those the ankles hugging in. And on the exhale to the count of 5, we lower hips to heels. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go all the way down. And release your arms down. You're going to take your knees and send them apart. We're going to come into a balance / stretch. You can always keep your hands on the floor, and if you want to dive deeper in this, it's going to require a little bit of balance as well. So first thing, you're going to sit your hips back a little bit, keep the heels up. You're going to drop those shoulders inside of the knees as far down as they'll go. If you're good here, stay. If you want a little bit more, you're going to wrap the hands around the ankles, interlace the fingers, and then you're going to use that leverage to try to draw the top of the head down to the floor. Breathe here, a few more rounds. All right, go ahead and release. Place the palms down, Inhale, step to plank, and hold. All right, from here, we're gonna lower halfway, and we're gonna hold in that push-up position. Exhale, lower, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, scoop forward and up, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, come high onto the tippy toes, look forward, bend the knees, exhale, walk or hop the feet, top of the mat, hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms touch at the top, and then exhale, release the hands down. All right, from here, you're gonna take your right foot and step it to the back of the mat. Toes will be forward. Okay, so we're gonna kind of tackle kind of back into that inner thigh area. Inhale, reach the arms over. Exhale, let's go ahead and just fold forward. And as you fold, the hands can come down to the floor. Relax the neck. Good. All right. Placing the fingertips on the floor. Inhale, lift up halfway, flatten out the spine. Okay, with that flat back, we're going to come into a high half squat. So bending the left knee, we did this yesterday. Draw the hips over to the left. Let that inner right thigh feel a little bit of length. Inhale, bring the hips through center. Exhale, bend the right knee, shift the hips to the right. Both heels are on the floor. Inhale through center. This time we're going to go into low half squat, so a Cossack squat all the way down. So bend that left knee, keep the heel down, draw those hips as low as they'll go. Right toes can point up. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, let's bend the right knee, get down low, turn the left toes up. Inhale through center. We're going to do one more low half squat on each side. Then the left knee, drop down. If you want to reach those arms out in front, lift the chest, get a little squat action, go for that. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend the right knee, drop the hips down. Keep that right heel down as you lift the chest. Inhale through center. And then walk the hands to the top of the mat. Step to plank. Lower down. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale. The hands come down into a squat. All right. From here, either prayer hands, two fists together, whichever one feels most comfortable for you today. We're going to start by taking the elbows into the inner thigh, inner knee area, pressing those knees out as we pull the hands to the chest and lift up with the spine. So we're kind of into a squat position with a little bit more focus on the depth and the inner thighs. Now exhale to release your elbows down. This time, you're going to keep that left arm on the floor, left hand on the floor, right hand to the right knee. Okay? I want these heels down, so if you have to widen the squat a little bit to get there, totally cool. On your inhale, you're going to press your right knee out with your right arm. Try to straighten your arm if you can. And then inhale to release. Exhale, press that right knee out. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. Let's go other side. Left hand to left knee. Drop that right shoulder inside of the knee. Inhale, press. And release. Press. Try to straighten the left arm. Release. Last one. Press. And release. Good. From here, place those palms down. Inhale, step to plank. Last halfway hold here. So on your exhale, you're going to lower halfway and hold in that push-up position. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, from here, keeping those hands shoulders distance. Inhale, come high onto the tippy toes. We're doing something different now. Drop the heels over to the left. And as you drop the heels to the left, the feet will kind of line up and your hips will go up to the ceiling so you can get that side stretch. Inhale, heels through center. And then exhale, drop the heels over to the right. Again, keep those hips up high. Inhale, bring your heels through center. Reset in our neutral down dog. Coming into pigeon now, so inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, let's bring that right knee towards the right wrist, drop the shin down. And then we can shimmy this left leg back a little bit. We're gonna target the stretch in the glutes. So you can stay here. We can come down to the forearms. We spend about 5 rounds of breath here every exhale. That tells the body to relax. So just kind of settle down. And just breathe. All right, on your inhale, come onto the hands. We're going to take this right leg, sweep it up and back. And then with that 3-leg down dog position, you can open up your hip, point the right knee to the ceiling. You can make big circles, kind of whatever feels comfortable here. All right, go ahead and replace that right foot back down. Inhale, left leg lifts. And then exhale, left shin forward, pigeon. So left knee towards left wrist. Scoop the right leg back. And then if you feel like you got the space, you can come down to the forearms. And then allow every exhale to help you sink and settle a little bit deeper into the stretch. All right, inhale, come back onto the hands. We're gonna, last time, to sweep the left leg up. Bend the knee, open up the hip, shake out the leg. Big circles. If that feels good on the hip joint. All right, reset your feet in downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, let's come forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, scoop the chest forward and up. Exhale. Down. All right, bring those knees down to the mat. All right, we're going to finish the practice today in what's called frog. Now, frog is a really intense stretch for the inner thighs. If you are on like a hardwood floor, sometimes it's helpful to have a towel or a blanket kind of underneath the knees for a little support. If you have one knee on the mat and one knee on the towel on hardwood, that will actually give you a little bit more space to open up a little bit wider. It just kind of depends on what you're working with and kind of what you feel like doing today. So for everybody, let's face any way you want to face. I'm facing this way so that I have the mat. You're going to take the knees and you're going to send them out as wide as they'll go. Okay? And I want the inner feet to be flat on the floor and the heels to be in line with the knees. Okay? So once those knees are out wide, bring your forearms down. Now the trick here is to scoot the hips back towards the heels a little bit. That's going to target the stretch right at the kind of perfect spot that we want today. We're going to spend about 10 breaths here. After about 5 breaths, we can kind of scoot those knees apart a little bit more, and then we'll find our final 5 breaths before we close out. All right, so close the eyes, breathe through the nose, 5 rounds of breath here. All right, you want to make a little adjustment, send those knees out a little wider or sit back towards the heels a little bit more. Final 5 breaths in this position. All right. Now, to get out of this pose, you're going to place your palms down on the mat. You're going to press really firmly down as you lift your hips up and just shimmy your knees together little by little. Okay? And then let's go ahead and find a seat on our shins. We're going to close out here. Okay? Place those hands anywhere that's comfortable in the lap. Palms are facing up. Pull the shoulders down the back. Sit up tall. 5 rounds of breath here. Big inhales and exhales. Gently open your eyes. Thank you for those of you joining me live today. Thank you for those of you watching it after. Tomorrow's practice is going to kind of incorporate all of the things we did this week. We might see some new postures. And then don't forget Power Yoga Sundays at 11, where we get a little bit more heat building movement. So, if you, as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, Stephanie at CrossFit Humanity. And as always, have a wonderful day. And then I hope to see everybody very soon. But I'll see you live in these classes. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.